What's going on? How's everybody doing? How is everybody feeling? Well, folks, I've officially joined the 40 Club. I was born July 13th, 1983. I'm a Cancer, and I just recently celebrated my 40th birthday. Reaching 40 is an amazing milestone for anybody because tomorrow's not promised to any of us. And so, considering I was given less than 6 months to live in February of 1990 after collapsing at home with complete heart failure at the age of 6, this is a really big deal for me. It's such a blessing when we're able to make it another year, and that's something I think that should be celebrated. Now, mind you, I have heard from people that getting older can be tough. There are definitely challenges, especially when you reach certain milestone birthdays. I've heard that it comes with a lot of emotion. But for whatever reason, I thought that I was exempt from that. Because I imagined that, considering I'm not supposed to be alive and that I've made it, how can I be anything but happy turning 40? Well, let me tell you. What's that saying? We make plans and God laughs. Well, you definitely got a good chuckle out of this one. For the last year, I have been focused on all the wrong things. I was so focused on the celebration aspect of turning 40. I'm like, where's my big party gonna be? Am I gonna have multiple celebrations? What's the theme gonna be? What am I gonna wear? What's the food gonna be like? Who's gonna DJ? Not even taking into account how this major milestone was gonna affect me internally, emotionally. 3 weeks ago, it all came to a head and hit me like a ton of bricks. Out of nowhere, I felt this overwhelming sadness and depression. And obviously, I don't want to go into my birthday feeling like this. That was giving me even more anxiety. And so I found myself being like, Chris, okay, you have like X amount of days to get yourself together. And every morning that I woke up and I could tell that I was like still not out of it, I was just freaking out. And on a FaceTime conversation with my cousin Cedric, he reminded me, he was like, Chris, what do you tell us all the time? You can't force your emotions. You gotta go through your process. And so that's what I did. I made a conscious effort to just let myself sit with whatever feelings were coming up. Reflection is a natural thing. And considering all the different things that I've gone through, all the adversity, and not from just a medical standpoint, but again, just life. I just found myself thinking about things, thinking about scenarios, choices that I made. I found myself very consumed by my disease and what it has done to my life so far. And I was just thinking about how different my life would look had I never gotten sick. I was thinking about, what would I be doing right now? Would I be married? Would I have kids? What would I be doing for work? Everything from the bonuses in life, like taking a dive in the ocean, to the basic things that so many of us take for granted on a daily basis, like getting dressed, taking a shower by yourself, wiping yourself in the bathroom. And my disease is progressive, which means that my muscles are continually weakening. And so, even though I have come to terms with a lot, when something new arises, I find myself revisiting old wounds, so to speak. And it's like I go down this spiral of just thinking about everything that's wrong all over again. My hands have really become a lot weaker, and so that's frustrating, and it's definitely not an easy thing for me to deal with, because I also then start to panic about the future and what that's going to look like and what else is going to get weaker. And am I going to be able to do anything at all? Am I just going to be a body sitting here blinking? And then there's the financial aspect, to go from living a very lavish, affluent upbringing. I had two very hardworking, successful parents that gave us everything we could have ever dreamed of. And sadly, that's just no longer the case. I'm now in a position where I am struggling financially to pay my bills weekly. And I'm doing everything that I can to, you know, maintain my survival. Which means that a big, lavish, extravagant party was just out of the question. And full transparency, that really pissed me off. I was so angry about it. But I've got news for you. I had to come to terms with the fact that I was being a spoiled, superficial brat. And I don't want to beat myself up too much because I'm only human, and especially in today's society where everything's perpetuated by what car you drive, what are you wearing, like how much money you're spending, what restaurant did you eat at, how big is your house. It's only natural to have fallen victim to that. But thankfully, you know, as of Sunday, when family and friends started to reach out asking what my plans were, what are we doing to celebrate, and they didn't care what we were doing. They just wanted to be with me. And then the day itself, to be just flooded with messages of love and support from everyone, from my parents and siblings to complete strangers. The whole day, I just felt so loved. And then around 6 o'clock, I picked up my childhood best friend, Diana, for those of you that read the book, that's also Cindy, and we went to my brother and sister-in-law's house. And they hosted the most incredible, intimate, loving birthday dinner for me. My sister-in-law cooked. She is amazing. She made all of my favorite dishes. I had some special requests like skirt steak, shrimp penne vodka, and her spinach dip. I am so blessed. And for a minute, I was getting lost in all the nonsense and failing to realize that. So I am 40, and now that I am here, I fully intend to embrace it. Because after all my reflecting, I've realized I'm exactly where I need to be. Motivating from my heart and sharing most intimate, private aspects of my life, ultimately to raise awareness for myofibrillar myopathy. Thank you so much for all your support, and thank you to all of you that engage with my content daily. And a big shout out to producer Jennifer for always being patient, motivating me, and holding it down. What did they say, 40 and fabulous? Well, I'm saying 40 and full feature, because we're finishing this film. If you enjoyed this video or found it relatable, do me a favor, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe for all content Christophe. Also, be sure to visit @theheartfilm.com and help me in my mission to complete my full-length documentary feature. And subscribe to the documentary channel itself at The Heart Film.